What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Ranger Talk video. And I have a really cool, kind of different uh, uh, Ranger Talk video today because every other time we've talked to folks on the band level of the music industry. But today I'll be chatting with someone from a different perspective of the music industry. So I'm really excited and very pleased to welcome Carlo from WormHoleDeath Records. Hey man, thank you so much for joining me. How you doing?
Hey, hello everybody. Thanks a lot for having me. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you very much. I'm so excited to be talking to you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. So I guess my first question is, when did you first, get a passion or love for music, and how did that lead you to wanting to be in the music industry?
Um, I was at school. I was at school. I was at the I was at primary school, and I was a kid. I was 14 years old, and the older guys had these jackets, these leather jackets.
Yeah.
I don't know, in Italian it's called chiodo. I don't
Okay.
know how it's called in English. It's the typical metalhead jacket,
Yeah, all the
with
patches and
exactly with the with the band patches,
yeah.
Creator,
Oh yeah.
Anthrax, Slayer, Testament,
Oh yeah.
uh, Megadeth.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, the main guy was called Luca, and he was a guitar player. And so I asked him, what is this stuff that you listen to? And he told me it's fucking heavy metal. What do you think it is? And I said, okay, but where do you find it? What is it all about? And he was like, yeah, it's the music of the devil, and you just have to go to the record shop and listen. So this evening, you go to the record shop. He was literally around the corner of the school, and ask for Slayer.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the first band you have to listen to, Slayer. So I went to the record shop and I asked the man, "Can I have a can I listen to a tape from Slayer?"
Yeah.
And he gave me Rain in Blood.
Oh.
So I started with the headphone, and wow, this is fucking amazing. So I started listening. I kept listening. Whoa, this is amazing, and I bought it. So I
Yeah.
said, "Give me something else." He was like, "Yeah, okay. If you like Slayer, I'm gonna give you Testament, the Legacy." So let me check it out first. So I checked it out, and wow, I love it. So a few weeks later, I saw a huge poster, Clash of the Titans, Slayer, Testament, Suicidal Tendencies, and what's the other band? Testament, Suicidal Tendencies, Megadeth, I think. I don't remember.
Hmm.
Megadeth, probably.
Yeah.
And so I went to this guy, Luca. Hey, I've seen this poster. We have to go there. So we went to the show. And from that moment, I went crazy for heavy metal. I started buying all the possible records. And when I bought they side, the first album, they
Hmm.
side, my life changed completely because I discovered that metal. And we decided to form a band. Me and this guy, we found a drummer, which was actually another guy in the school, and we started a death metal band.
Oh.
Yeah, called Necromas. We recorded a demo after a couple of years later, and we sold 1,000 copies of this demo to all the people around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we have been able to sign to a record company for 7 inches, and we sold 700 copies in one week. and we got
Wow.
a telephone call. Yeah, we got a telephone call from Greece. Was called Unisound Records, and they said we are the distributor for your 7 inches. We have sold 700 copies in 1 week. We want to give you a deal for a rap for an album. And so we started recording the album. Actually, Walter from Mortuary Drape was there, and he gave these people my number
Hmm.
because Mortuary Drape is another is another cult Italian band.
Hmm.
And so after this first record, we sold quite a lot of copies, also in America. And so I produced the album as a music producer,
Yeah.
and so everybody from that moment wanted to work with me, and so I started producing other bands, and then I started to try to place them on other labels, place them
Yeah.
on a Unisound Records as well. So I started to do a little bit of A&R job for them, and so I started in the music industry because of my first record, my first production,
Hmm.
and of upon this success, everybody wanted to work with me. First in Florence, Firenze, afterwards in Italy, then in the whole Europe, and then in the whole world. So, and
Wow.
then everything happened, but I think I'm not gonna tell you now. I think I'm gonna tell you later the story of the labels, etc.
Yeah. Wow, that's incredible. You
Yeah,
got into metal, you couldn't get enough of it, and then you just started, you made a band, and then it just led to this and this. Oh, that's what a cool story. Um, uh,
that's how I am, man. When I do something, I have to do it properly.
yeah, you
I
go
have
all
to do
in.
it. Yes, I have to do it perfect until the end. Otherwise, that's not me. You know, if I
Yeah.
start something, it has to be perfect, and it has to be successful until the end.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it's not me.
Yeah. So did you
Yeah.
keep playing in a band for a while, or at some point where you decide like, I kind of like doing the producing and all of that kind of stuff. I want to focus on that more, or did you stay in a band for a while?
With this band, I recorded 2 albums
Hmm.
until '96. Then we moved a little bit more on the black metal side.
Hmm.
We left the death metal and we started playing more black metal. In '96, for me, black metal was already over, so I left the band and I started more uh, hardcore band, blackned hardcore.
Yeah.
So some kind of what you see nowadays, those bands like Lorna Shore,
Oh, okay.
uh,
Yeah.
Abigail Williams. We did it in '96, so we
Wow.
were a little bit yeah
A bit
early.
ahead of its time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I formed a band like this because my passion was I was listening to a lot of hardcore band. I was in touch with Victory Records, and I was buying a lot of hardcore stuff,
Mhm.
Integrity, Earth Crisis, and all those bands. I was a huge fan of Morning Again, Concrete, and all these. Also, the European scene from Good Life Records, Good
Mhm.
Life Recordings. Sorry, Reprisal, Time Bomb, so many bands in Europe.
Yeah.
And also my past was from black metal, so we tried to mix hardcore with black metal, and it was very original.
Yeah.
The band was called GF93, and we have done 4 albums, and then the work started to take over everything, and I couldn't continue playing any longer, so I quit the musician thing, and I started working seriously full time on the music because
Okay.
when I was playing, I was still a full time professional, but you have to tour, you have to play, you have to record, so
Oh yeah.
I was wasting a lot of time taken to the work, and at the end I felt it was not fair towards the artists, towards the people I worked with. So I wanted to be present for them 24/7. I wanted to be after them 24/7. So I quit playing in a band, and I wanted to be music professional full time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you like that really, really aggressive, heavy, hardcore metal music, huh?
Yes, yes, but not nowadays. Nowadays are completely different. I think I'm old. I think I'm old now. Even if I still like some heavy stuff.
Yeah,
For instance, now I'm listening a lot to Wage War. I really like Wage War. I bought the album, and I think it's a great record. But I like a little bit Fit for an Autopsy,
oh
Carnifex,
yeah,
but I don't know. I'm not so much into the heavy music any longer
yeah,
now. I mean, I do it a lot for work,
right,
but also for work. If you look at WormHoleDeath Productions, it's more hard rock, prog rock, and mainstream metal,
there's a
gothic.
lot.
Yeah, gothic metal, female fronted gothic metal, prog rock with technical bands, but
Yeah,
also very mainstream and melodic, and hard rock
yeah,
is powerful mainstream hard rock. So we are not really doing a lot of we do a little bit of death metal, we
yeah,
do a little bit of extreme bands, but they have to be super technical and super tuneful, powerful with huge
hmm,
productions, and so we release them. But it's just a matter of a few bands per year.
yeah,
Most of the bands are more like uh, commercial, let's say.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like, and we can talk about this a little more in a bit, but yeah, I really like how your label doesn't just focus on like one thing. There's multiple types and genres and styles of bands that you get, and it's cool the bands that you get too, because you get to bring, I feel like you really capture um some unique bands that are in a small, like, not just like huge well-known bands. You take bands that have a lot of talent, but just aren't quite fully huge. And then you bring them and you introduce them to the world. So that's really, really cool. You're not just signing artists that are already worldwide known and stuff like that. So that's one thing I find really cool about the label. So uh, did you create WormHoleDeath Records?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Well, the story is a little bit longer. It starts from a little bit earlier, in
Yeah.
a way that you want me to tell the story from the beginning, or just the wormhole that itself.
Whatever you would like. Yeah. If you want to tell the story from the beginning.
Um, yes, because I was working on those metal productions, as
Yeah.
I told you before. I was producing bands, and I was going to Popcom. Popcom was the annual gathering of music professionals in Berlin, in Germany.
Hmm.
And it was 15 minutes meetings with everybody. Like everybody was there, so you could book meetings with major companies uh, in these big distributors, publishers,
Yeah.
and so I was looking for a bigger company that could support my work, and so I was booking meetings with all the big companies, like
Yeah.
major companies, Warner, Sony,
Wow.
EMI, Universal, but also the big labels like Nuclear Blast, Century
Wow.
Media,
Everybody was there. You're not kidding. Wow.
everybody, man, everybody. It was huge. I've
Wow.
been there for 10 years, 10 years before I found the deal that I wanted.
Yeah.
So 10 years, because at the beginning I was just looking around. I was
Hmm.
really not doing meetings. I was trying to understand what it was going on.
Hmm.
And then after a couple of years, I started booking meetings. And after some years, I booked this meeting with one in America. You call them CEO.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
Europe, you call them MD. One MD from Warner Music Group,
Yeah.
and he was working for the administration and publishing Warner Chappell Music. And so he checked my stuff, and he was like, "Whoa, this is really, really, really professional." He had the headphones because everybody has headphones and
Hmm.
player. So he was listening to my production. He was looking at the packaging. He was looking at the cover artworks, the photos of the artists, and he was like, "Whoa, this is super professional. You are very, very, very professional producer. And do you think you would like to start a production company under Warner?" And I said, "Yes, of course. I would love to.
Wow.
Absolutely." And so he said, "Okay, let me think about it. I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna write you an email next week."
Hmm.
And so I said, "Okay, it's gonna be the typical. I will let you know." And
Right. Right. You never hear
but
from them
goodbye.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, goodbye. Uh, Instead, after 1 week, I got an email from his assistant.
Yeah.
His name is Arno, and I got an email from his assistant that said, "Are you willing to come to Hilversum in Holland to meet Arno because he wants to talk to you?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, absolutely, I'm coming immediately." So I took one of my kids, my one of my team,
Yeah.
and yeah, and we went to Holland. So he explained me that I had to start a publishing company. I had to find a lawyer because if I wanted to do things properly, all my artists had to be members at the collecting company because we have to work with all the copyright. We had to work with, everything had to be legally perfect. The
Yeah.
contract. He had to explain me everything about
Wow.
how it had to be. It had to be. And so I said, fantastic. And he said, go in Italy, find a lawyer, and prepare to be member at CIE, prepare 3,000 euro, and do you have 3,000 euros? And say, yes, of course I have them, because I was still working in a warehouse to save the
Okay.
money for that day, that somebody was going to notice me.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so I went back to Italy. I found a lawyer specializing into the music industry, and I became publisher in CAE, which is the collecting society in Italy, and
Hmm.
we bought the name Carlo Bellotti Publishing, and we got back to Warner, and we told them we were ready, so they sent me another ticket for Hilversum. I went there and I signed the contract, the the administration company, the administration contract. So my company was officially administered by Warner. And so I
Wow.
started producing my music. The deal was like work on metal only. Don't do pop, don't do R&B
Okay.
because we already have the stuff.
Well, that's
At
good
the
for you
same,
because that's what you know metal. So
yes, yes, but I was confined into metal in the deal
yeah.
because I remember at the time they were buying Roadrunner records, they were buying
Right.
Nuclear Blast. I remember Warner was investing a lot of money in metal,
Yeah.
and so Arno wanted to do the same and take my work for
Hmm.
them and to get metal productions into the catalog.
Yeah.
So I started working, and I asked a meeting to a guy that I knew because he was interested in my second band. His name is Emiliano Lanzoni. He's owner of a label group called Our Music Group. He's
Oh
in
yeah.
Italy, Our Music Group, and I asked him if he wanted to help me to start my own label because I needed distribution because I couldn't work on underground small productions with Warner distribution, for instance, would be too big, and also I couldn't print, I don't know, 50,000 copies of a record,
Yeah.
etc. So, and also it was much better for the bands to work with a metal company, you
Yeah.
know. And so I asked Emiliano a meeting. I told him I wanted to start a metal label under his own umbrella, and because our music group is already managing 9 labels, you
Hmm.
know, it's a label group, and so he said yes, said yes.
And were you still under
So
contract with Warner?
yes, yes, my contract is perpetual.
Wow.
It doesn't expire.
Oh, it doesn't.
No,
It's forever.
yes,
Wow.
it's well, you can't sign a contract forever. You just sign a contract that renews
I see.
automatically every year.
I see. And you were
Yeah.
allowed to go and look at other stuff as well, as long as you still kind of the
No, and
rights.
then something, yeah, something happened because I started working with Emiliano. I started WormHoleDeath,
Yeah.
and then after some years, a creative guy from Warner started listening to my productions, and
Hmm.
he went to Warner and said, "Look, these guys are very very professional. The music has verses, chorus, the production are super mainstream, super cool image of the artist, etc. We should give them more space." If they want to produce different music like rock, indie rock, whatever they want, you should let them go. And
Yeah.
so I got a call and they said, let's start a new production line where you do also non-metal stuff. And so the second label was created, Epictronic, and that label was announced directly by Warner Chappell with a proper press release, and the
Wow.
Epictronic was born, the second label for indie rock, shoegaze,
Yeah.
dark wave, down tempo, dub, ambient jazz, and all the experimental stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so there I started doing started working on different productions
Hmm.
finally. And so yeah, I still the same year I also signed a contract for distribution, for digital distribution that nobody knew what it was. It was just two guys in a bedroom. The company was called The Orchard, and uh, and I signed a contract, and now The Orchard is a huge
Yeah.
company owned by Sony Music, and I'm
Wow.
still with them, and I'm still with them as well. So I never change my partners. I am loyal, and
Yeah.
yes, I am loyal, and I always stay with them. So with the Orchard, we have been growing together, like from the beginning, and they were so little, and they became mastodontic. I don't know how to say. They are huge. They are in Nasdaq
Yeah.
now,
I mean, that's why when
and
you said the orchard, I was like, wait, what? Like the orchard, like really? And it's just
yes,
two
yes.
dudes just in a room.
Yes, and I started working with digital distribution that nobody knew what it was, me included.
Yeah.
I signed a contract and I said, digital distribution, okay, whatever, let's do it. But I didn't know what it was. I just had to send the CDs to them and they were going to do everything.
Yeah.
Now the workstation actually would upload everything by our own.
Yeah.
But at the time, we were sending the CDs to London, and because there was just one country manager for the whole Europe, and this guy was in London, and he was uploading all the albums from all the labels.
That's
So
incredible.
yeah, the covers were all crooked, the titles of the songs were wrong and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, but now the Orchard is fantastic.
That's
Just the
awesome. Everybody's got to
workstation.
start somewhere, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And the workstation is just killer. You can do everything from the workstation, including promotion, radio
Wow.
promotion with iPluggers. Is all the statements, all the sales, the streamings, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And so the orchard has been growing so much. We didn't grow like them, obviously, but still we have been growing a lot, and they
Yeah.
have helped us to grow so much. I have to say thank you so much to Warner as well, because they have helped us so much grow, and then our music as well, because our music has been taking care of physical distribution in the whole Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And so 10 years ago, we also opened our office in Japan,
Wow.
because my partner, Masa, he was working for Media Factory, but Media Factory and him had some disagreements. So he left, and he sent us, those typical bulk emails when he said, I have left the company. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to reach me, this is my personal email.
Yeah.
So I contacted him and I said, why don't you work for us? And he said, okay, let me. He was really, really, really fond of our labels, because he was licensing albums from us for Media Factory. So he really liked how we worked,
Mm-hmm.
really liked WormHoleDeath. So he said, give me a week, I'm going to think about it. And after a week, he came back and said, yes, I want to start WormHoleDeath Japan. And so we started the office in Japan, and now it's 10 years, actually 11 years in Japan. Uh, we know not a single problem, not
Wow.
a single fight, not a single nothing, just
Just a great professional
thousands of releases.
relationship.
Yes, it's a friendship actually, because we are very close friends with Maza, and he's
Awesome.
such a cool man. He's a father. He has a kid. He has a wife, and he's working full time with us. He can maintain the family with our job. So we are really really happy to have him
Yeah.
with us. And now we have a proper office in Japan, in Tokyo. So I'm really really happy.
That's
And a
awesome.
couple of years ago, we have done the same thing in Los Angeles, in America.
So
We have
really expanding.
yes, we are expanding, because obviously we wanted to. Well, in Japan, I didn't want to license records to other labels any longer. I just wanted to release the albums uh, by my own. First of
Mm-hmm.
all, because I didn't want to sell the albums import anymore, because they are so expensive.
Yeah.
That if we release it local, national production, it costs half the money. And secondly, because we want to save, we want to get the money ourselves, and we don't want to let the others make money.
Yeah.
Because when you license albums, you get the advance, but then you don't see any other money in the
Gotcha.
future, because they don't pay the royalties. And in America is a different thing, because the American market is so important. You have to
Mm-hmm.
be there. So now with the office, with the team, with the Misra label group, with Red Eye, we are so strong in the US. And in fact, as I told you before, we have the bands in the charts now.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Congratulations on that. That's so cool.
Yeah,
So
we are really happy.
wow, you've built quite the empire. Just from kind of it's still just fascinating to me where you started. It all started with you seeing a dude with a metal vest and a bunch of metal patches all over it, and then you created all of this. Was it ever overwhelming, with all of the different details? Because just telling me your story, it's like there's the legal stuff, the copyright stuff, then the distributing, the cover artwork, the photos, the press release. I mean, so much, so much. How do you keep track of all of this?
Well, we have a big team. We have a big team, obviously, because I couldn't do it alone.
Yeah.
Also, I have to be honest with you. I'm not working in music only any longer. I also do other stuff as well
Hmm.
now. So, well, we also have some three agencies, business to client. We press CDs, LPs, merchandising for other people. for
Mhm.
bands and labels. So the agencies are working business to client.
Yeah.
So this is another thing. You know,
Yeah.
we press LPs, CDs, merchandising. We do artworks, graphic artworks. We have our graphic department. So we
Wow.
also do artworks for third parties. We do videos as well. We do lyric videos and real videos.
Yeah.
Yes, and so this is one is in Serbia, Novi Sad, and one is in Italy, in Bologna,
Mhm.
and then we have another agency in Beverly Hills, which is
Oh,
a hip hop rap agency, which is working on production of the songs of the rap hip hop songs. We have a very good producer, which is
wow.
helping the hip hop artists to get the best arrangements and songs. And there it depends. Sometimes we get paid, sometimes we get royalties.
Yeah.
It depends on the artist, but it's very friendly, artist friendly. So it's very affordable and how can I say? Yeah, affordable. It's cheap.
Yeah.
We don't charge a lot of money.
Mhm.
Also because the hip hop artists are always just one guy, you know, it's
Yeah.
not a band with five, six people. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I have a I'm member, actually partnered in a web agency in Milano. We do websites for a lot of people. I have a school of English, and now I am also partner in a dentist studio,
Wow.
you know, and
Yeah.
I also, yeah, and I'm also partner in a construction company
Jeez. So it's like
now.
we're that's, well, you sure keep busy, man. I mean, you got all these
No,
different
but
things.
this is just partner. I just get the money. That's it.
Hey, that's the best way to do it, right?
Yeah, I don't deal with teeth. I don't
No,
deal
you're
with
not
houses.
drilling teeth. No.
No, no. I just get money. That's it.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to let you know that I also started this entrepreneur,
Yeah.
uh, let's say, career because
Investing. Yeah.
yeah, but also I have this attitude. You know, everybody wants to work with me because I became partner in the dentist studio because that was my dentist, and he said you have to work with us. And I said, okay, let me know what I have to do. And he said, you have to become partner.
Yeah.
And then he take care about all the marketing ideas.
I
You have
see.
to let us know what we have to do in terms of strategic, blah, 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 because it's a big, very big studio.
Wow.
Dentist, yeah, it's huge. And the construction company was the same. It's guys that I know because they have fixed my houses, and so they told me you need to join our company, and I said okay, but I've never done anything. And they said you don't have to do anything. You just have to join and be with us and control if we are doing correctly financially, if we are moving the money correctly. You have to count the money. You have to talk to the banks. You have to talk with the huge clients and represent the company in terms of the clean face and entrepreneur, because these guys work in constructions since 30 years. So they are all like a little bit, you know, the bears, you know, a little bit like bears, and they don't look like entrepreneurs. But I don't look either, but at least I can talk. They don't even talk, you know, they are a little bit like uh, Neanderthal guys, you know, and but they are so good in construction,
Yeah.
man. You should see the stuff they do. I will give you the website later, and you see the stuff we do. It's fun. It's phenomenal. And so I
Wow.
said, yeah, if it's about being paid and getting money, absolutely. And
Yeah.
so I got webmaster, and I make a amazing website. I
Wow.
started doing all the marketing for these
Yeah.
company because they don't have any marketing, they don't have any marketing ideas.
Yeah.
And so that's how I became partner in companies that have nothing to do with music.
Yeah.
Because in the with music, I have learned a lot of marketing, but I have learned a lot of things into the into how to manage a company, into
Hmm.
how invoices, how to move money, how to talk to the people, how to talk to the banks, how to talk
Yeah.
to also authorities, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So that's my story. And if you wanna know everything for everything for real, everything honestly, I started and I was so poor that you cannot even imagine. I had holes in my shoes,
Oh,
and the trousers were given by my cousin because my parents didn't even have the money to buy me trousers, and I
wow.
was so poor that you cannot even understand, and that you cannot even imagine. Sorry. And then, but in the end, I felt and I knew that my life was changing, was going to change very soon, because I knew it. I knew it. I never, I have never put my head down. I was always looking far,
Yeah.
And yeah, and when we recorded the first album, I felt that it was done. It was done. That it was the beginning of a different life for me. But
That's
when I,
incredible.
yeah, when I was a kid, man, I was so fucking poor. I was spending weeks with no food, weeks starving because nobody was feeding me. I didn't have any food. I was grown on the street. I was grown on the fucking street because nobody was at home. My mom was working. My dad was gone, and I was grown on the street in a very bad area as well.
Mm.
So
Wow.
weeks with no food. I had to go to my cousin's house, which I didn't even like them, so to have something to eat.
Yeah.
So it was horrendous, and I have known misery. I have known misery. That's why I love dogs so much, because I relate to them when they are abandoned, when they are stray. I relate to them. I feel like I'm one of them. I
Yeah.
was one of them. That's why I help so many dogs, because I feel I'm one of them.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. From where you started, basically just below the bottom, and then you worked your way just up and up and up, and like you said, you kept looking forward. You truly had that entrepreneurial spirit, and you wanted to make something better of yourself, and you just kept going and going. That is absolutely incredible, what you were able to achieve. Nothing was given to you. You had to work for
Nothing,
everything. So
nothing.
congratulations on that. I mean, I just,
Thanks a lot.
incredibly, it's inspiring.
Mm. In fact, this is not to hear, oh, poor Charlie, poor Carlo, he was a poor kid.
Right.
No, this is not for that. This is just to give people an example to follow, to give people inspiration, and to tell people that you can do it, no
Hmm.
matter what. If you believe in what you are doing, and if you really want it, you can do it, no matter what, because will is power.
Wow.
For me, I knew I was born for music, and yes, I always said I was born for music. There is nothing else I can do. Actually, there are a lot of things I can do, because I started doing other stuff.
Yeah.
But in the end, yeah, in the end, I was born for music, and everybody can have success in their own little niche, and
Yeah.
as long as they really believe in what they do, and as long as they are true to
And work at
themselves,
it.
yeah, true to themselves, to their clients, and artists and people, if they work in the music business.
Yeah.
That's it, you know. You have to be honest, but you have to be true, and you have to believe in it.
Wow. Yeah, that's truly incredible.
Mm.
One thing I wanted to ask you too is, with Wormhole Death Records, how do you choose? I'm just curious how the artist or the band selection process works. Do you actively go out and search for bands, or do bands submit demos or something to you? How do you choose who to publish?
No, we don't. We don't search for bands. We get a lot of suggestions and proposals for other professionals,
Hmm.
managements, producers, music producers, studios, booking agents,
Gotcha.
other smaller record labels that want to push their artists maybe to the next level.
Yeah.
Smaller labels, and also the bands themselves that propose as the music. Also a lot of submissions come from the journalists as well,
Okay.
because the journalists have a lot of friends in bands, but
Hmm.
also the journalists have a lot of submissions for the magazines and the radios. So whenever they find a great album, they sometimes they send it to me and say, "Oh, listen to this. This is amazing. Do you want to check it out?" And it depends on who is sending it. I check it out. It depends because I have too many submissions.
Right.
I remember this summer. I went away 10 days on vacation. When I got back, I had 1,000 albums to listen to.
1,000?
Yes, 1,000 in 10 days. Yeah, and it was summer. It was summer.
And I thought I had it rough, because I listen to a lot of albums for my channel, and like I said, I tend to listen to 50 or 60 plus albums a month, and I thought that was a lot, but you had to listen to 1,000 in 10 days.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That is not the average thing. That was
Good grief.
something crazy or phenomenal. But yeah,
Wow.
usually we get from the 30 to 50 submissions per month.
Hmm. Yeah, that's
That's
definitely more
amount.
manageable than 1,000.
Yeah, average.
Yeah.
Remind me later. I'm gonna send you a photo. I took a photo of all the physical submissions I get,
Oh my God.
so you can imagine according to the physical
Yeah.
amount, you can imagine the digital. So it's gonna be funny.
Jeez. So do
Remind
you
me
just
later.
get
I'm gonna
boxes and boxes like every day of just, wow.
you
I'm
receipt.
surprised
You
everyone's
receipt.
not just sending digital submissions. I'm surprised that people are sending physical. Is there a
Well, if
benefit
the
to sending a physical copy as opposed to digital? Or,
Well, because there are some bands which are very professional, so they go to a very expensive studio and they
mhm,
print the CD professional with the artwork,
yeah,
with the replication, so the sound is very good
that makes a good
because they want to.
impression.
Yeah, they want to show the label the full artwork when we print it.
Yeah,
If we print it, if we sign them, that's what we're gonna get,
yeah,
and it's very effective because we see it. We see the artwork. We listen to the record perfectly because I blast it in my car, and I have to be honest. The physical submissions, I listen to them all.
wow.
Well, if it's a blank series with X on the with a marker, no.
Yeah,
But if it's a proper CD
yeah,
printed, then I'm gonna listen to it no matter what genre, no matter what production sound, no matter what country, and I listen to it because I listen it to the car,
yeah.
and I really enjoy listening to music while I drive.
Hmm.
So yes, they still send a little bit of physical. It's one out of 10. Every 10
Gotcha.
digital, you get one physical.
Well, so there you go. I mean, there's a pro tip for the artists out there. If you want to Carlo to give your album a listen. You know, put it together real nice, good artwork and everything, and send him a signed copy, and he'll be
Yeah,
blasting it in his car.
absolutely.
Wow. So how many albums are in vinyls and cassettes do you have in your collection? Do you have like a whole warehouse just to hold like all the albums that you've collected over the years?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I can't count them. Countless,
Wow.
countless.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
You
Um,
mean my personal
yeah, your
collection?
personal collection.
No, I don't know. I
Wow.
never counted them, but it's we are talking about a full apartment.
Just full.
Yes, one apartment with one, two, three, four rooms full of records and CDs,
Wow.
completely packed.
That's
So I
incredible.
have one apartment rented only for my personal collection.
Wow.
Plus, plus there is my personal catalog because I have a copy of every album that I've been involved with. Every There is
Wow.
no album missing that I've been involved with, and we are talking about probably more than 1,000 albums
Incredible.
in a 30 years career.
Wow. Incredible. That's so cool. I mean, that's something to be proud of for sure. You can look at what you've done, that's just so cool.
Look
Um,
at my beard. Look at my beard. It's white. That's the proof. That's the proof I've been working hard.
yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
So yeah, one final question. You mentioned you have a love for dogs, and you told me kind of before the video you do some charity work. Would you like to talk about that a little bit? It's your passion for when you want to retire, right?
Absolutely. And I thank you very much for this question because it's really important for me to extend my love for dogs to my job, because for me those two things are absolutely related, because all my savings are going into my retirement fund,
Mhm.
which is not to stay on a sofa watching TV and smoking a Cuban
Yeah.
cigar. No, no, my retirement fund is being created to start a shelter, which is not going to be the normal nasty shelter, but it's going to be something unique where the dogs are kept into luxury
Yeah,
with
comfortable. Yeah.
yeah, super comfortable with heated kennels,
Wow.
with top quality food, with proper anti-stress mattresses, with
Wow.
a little bit of soft music to calm them down and make them relaxing,
Wow.
because people don't know this, but dogs love music, especially
Really?
when it's relaxing.
Yeah.
They they I have a problematic dog. It's a it's a pincher.
Hmm.
I have taken him from a shelter. He's old. I've taken him to give him the last years of his life into a good life,
Yeah.
and he's problematic. He bites. He's very aggressive because obviously he has been abused.
Yeah.
And there is only one thing that makes him calm down, and it's music.
Wow.
If you play symphonic music, you see him. He's so cute. You should see how cute he is. You should see him, and he starts. And you listen to symphonic music.
Yeah.
So if it stays like this and start to listen to symphonic music, he can stay there for hours.
Wow.
My other dog, it's a bloodhound, still from the shelter,
Yeah.
ambient music. She goes like this and sleeps with ambient music. If you stop it,
Oh, he whines.
yeah, wants the music back. So dogs love music.
That's
So
awesome.
they will have soft music into the kennels, top level food, mineral water. And so these
Wow.
dogs will be taken from the street and will be given a proper, nice life until we find an adopter.
The
And
royal treatment. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, they'll be
exactly.
living better than I do for crying out loud.
We will buy a van and we will start looking for dogs into the poor countries or where the countries are or where the dogs are abandoned,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially the eastern countries. And we will take these dogs and we will take them to our shelter. So we will have to deal with the governments. We will have to deal with these international charity
Yeah.
laws, etc. So it's a big project. It's
Oh, yeah.
very yeah, it's very important. It's very important project. But I think I have a lot of support from a lot of people that I know into the charity world and organization. And I wanted to suggest everybody to help and follow the best organization, which is called the Mandate Rescue Dog. It's in Thailand.
Okay.
It's a guy from Sweden. His name is Michael, and he moved to Thailand 20 years ago, and he started getting uh, dogs with problems, street
Mhm.
dogs, etc. And he has so many dogs on wheelchairs. He has founded the wheelchair mafia because he has so many dogs on wheelchairs that yeah, they even have a video the wheelchair mafia with so many dogs on wheelchairs.
Wow.
And these guys are doing such an amazing work. They are fantastic. And I wanted to tell everybody a little bit about this organization. So just a moment, I want to tell at least the website so they can check it out.
Of course.
And yeah, and
Yeah, and just so everybody knows who's watching, I'm going to put all the links to not only uh, Wormhole Death Records links and social media and stuff like that, but I'm also going to put these links as well that Carlo is providing for the charity and things like that. So you can go look at that if you want to support, some of these charities for the dogs and things. Links are in the description below, so you can go learn more and see how you can help out and things like that. So don't worry, it's going to be in the description below. So check it out.
perfect. By the way, exactly, you are making me this huge favor. So I'm gonna waste time now to tell the website, etc. And I just want to say that if people love dogs, should check them out. The Man That Rescues Dogs. It's a organization in Thailand, and then there is another organization still in Thailand. It's called Soy Dog Foundation,
Mm-hmm.
as well. These are English people, and they are doing such an amazing work as well. Thailand is very problematic country, also because near there they eat dogs, and there are farming dogs, dog farms, sorry, dog
Yeah.
farms where they grow dogs for meat, and that's fucking horrendous.
Mm.
Also, I want to say that all the animals are worth this this battle. So it's not only about dogs; it's also about pigs, rabbits, every animal, goats,
Yeah.
lambs. Every animal need to be helped and saved. So everybody that want to do something can contact me, and I can help, and I can pass you contacts, links, charities, and everything is possible, including adoption, uh, tips and so on. And also, I wanted to tell about my page because I have also my own page on Facebook.
Okay.
It's called Animal Liberation Newswire, and the page is very simple because it's facebook.com/ALNW269.
Okay.
So very, very simple. Animal Liberation Newswire, facebook.com/ALNW269.
Okay.
That's my page where I publish adoptions, animal abusers, charities, etc., etc.
Wonderful, wonderful. And yeah, folks, don't again, description down below. You can go find all that stuff right there as well. So yeah, go see what Carlo's up to regarding that. And again, if you want to assist with any of those charities or any of that, click on the links and read up on it and learn more. So yeah, that's just so cool and so inspiring how you worked from literally nothing and really made something of yourself, became this entrepreneur in the music business and other businesses. And you're going to take all that and not just take care of yourself when you retire. You're going to be giving back and taking care of dogs and things like that with all of your hard work. So that's just really, really cool how you're doing that, and I truly commend you and respect you for all of that and all that you've created and what you do. So that's awesome.
Thanks a lot, man, and I respect you for giving me the space because it means a lot to me. It really means a lot. No matter how many are listening now, it could be one, it could be 1,000, it could be 1,000,000. I don't care. Just because you have given me the space, you have been supporting me, you will always be in my heart because this means a lot to me, for real.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's
And you
absolutely my pleasure.
and your interview is really, really cool. It's really, really nice because you have been asking me interesting things, not just the standard crap.
Yeah,
Which yeah,
I like to get to know the person, and you just stick to the standard, just bump, 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 answer this, stop, answer this. I feel like you don't get to know the person. So yeah, and I appreciate you being open to other questions and talking about lots of things in your life. So it's been an absolutely fascinating chat. I've enjoyed it very much. And
same
so
here,
yeah, thank
same
you
here.
again. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on my channel. I really, really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot to you, man. Absolutely.
Thank you. And yeah, so there you have it, folks. That's Carlo from WormHoleDeath Records. Really fascinating stuff there. And like I said, all the links, WormHoleDeath related and the charity and the dog related and his Facebook page for all of that stuff that he mentioned and whatnot. It's all in the description below, so you can go check out all of it and yeah, and also check out WormHoleDeath Records if you're not familiar with them already. Lots and lots of cool bands part of them right now. I know one that they did recently, which I really enjoyed, was Crystal Gates. I think the album title was Torment and Wonder. Awesome power symphonic metal band. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff, whether you're into power metal, symphonic metal, or hard rock, or some death metal, progressive, lots of stuff. So yeah, check them out. Check out the label. And again, links in the description below. Thank you all so much for tuning in here. And I'll
Thanks a lot,
catch you
man.
all next time, Ranger.
Thanks a
Out.
lot, man. Really appreciate it.